Hello everyone. We were learning about different portfolio evaluation measures, and one of the measure which we learned was Trenner's measure. Today we are going to learn about Sharpe measure. So as we know, we have already discussed that there are four risk adjusted portfolio performance measures, and today we are going to learn about the Sharpe measure. So what is Sharpe measure? The Sharpe measure is the difference between average rate of return on portfolio P and average rate of return on a risk-free investment divided by the standard deviation of return of portfolio P. The numerator is similar to the Trenner's ratio. So then what is the difference between the Sharpe measure and the Trenner's measure? In Sharpe measure, standard deviation is employed as a measure of risk. The Sharpe measure is similar to the Trenner's measure except that it employs standard deviation of the portfolio and not beta as measure of risk. Remember, when we are looking at standard deviation, we are looking at the total risk of the portfolio, which represents both the systematic risk as well as the unsystematic risk. So the Sharpe measure reflects the excess return earned on a portfolio per unit of its total risk, that is standard deviation, as measured by standard deviation. Now, as far as evaluating the portfolios are concerned, the higher the Sharpe ratio, the better it is. So if we have two or more portfolios, we assign first rank to the portfolio having the highest Sharpe ratio. If we are comparing it with the benchmark index to find out whether the portfolio has outperformed or underperformed, if the Sharpe ratio of a given portfolio is higher than the Sharpe ratio of the market portfolio, we say that the portfolio has outperformed the benchmark. So we have to note, for a perfectly diversified portfolio, both the measures give identical rankings because in such cases, the total risk and the systematic risk are the same. A perfectly diversified portfolio means that the element of unsystematic risk is not there because of diversification. So in total risk, there is no unsystematic risk, and hence the total risk and the systematic risk are the same. And therefore we might have identical rankings under both the measures, the Trenner's measure as well as the Sharpe measure. Whereas if you are looking at a poorly diversified portfolio, it may rank high on the Trenner's measure but low on Sharpe measure. In a poorly diversified portfolio, an element of unsystematic risk will be there, which might not be measured on Trenner's measure because it is based on beta, which only takes care of systematic risk. Whereas in Sharpe measure, it takes care of total risk as it's based on standard deviation, a measure of total risk. So in such case, the portfolio may rank low on Sharpe measure, which is based on total risk, and high on Trenner's measure, which is based only on systematic risk. So we can say that the difference in ranking is directly attributable to the poor diversification of the portfolio. Now, so which measure should be considered? So if you are looking at a sector specific fund, Sharpe ratio would be useful because in a sector specific fund, an element of unsystematic risk would be present because the benefit of diversification with other sectors is not there. So in such a case, it would be better to use Sharpe measure as it is a measure of it uses a measure of total risk. Whereas if we are considering diversified equity funds where the element of unsystematic risk is negligible and the portfolio is well diversified, in that case, trainer's measure would be useful or would be better. So we can say that when the fund is not fully diversified, Sharpe measure would be useful or a better measure, and trainer measure would be better if we have a fully diversified portfolio. Still, we have to understand that both measures provide complementary but different information, and hence both may be used. So let us calculate Sharpe measure using the same example which we used to discuss trainer's measure. We have been given information about three portfolios: Fund A, Fund B, Fund C, along with return on market and risk-free return. We have been provided average return for the three portfolios as well as for the market. We have been provided with the standard deviation of the three portfolios as well as the market. We also have been provided with the beta for Fund A, Fund B, Fund C. The beta of the market is 1. To calculate Sharpe measure, we have to find out the difference between the average return, average rate of return on the particular portfolio and the average risk-free rate of return divided by the standard deviation of that particular portfolio. In case of Fund A, if you have to calculate Sharpe measure, the average return is 17.1. The average risk-free rate of return is 8.6. The standard deviation of the portfolio is 28.1. So we can calculate the Sharpe measure of Fund A as 0.302. We can compare it with other funds as well as the market. If we compare it with other funds, we can see that Fund A can be ranked number 1 on the basis of Sharpe measure. If we are comparing it with market index, which can be said to be the benchmark index, we can say that Fund A has outperformed the market. So, in our next video, we will be discussing about Jensen's alpha. Thank you, everyone.